Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome to another Tips Tuesday session. For those of you who have been following my journey with StreamYard, you will see we've got a little bit more customization at the moment. We have our little own Tips Tuesday graphic and a little Facebook Live graphic down the bottom. So I'm excited to be here with you for this Tips Tuesday session, where we are going to delve into the power of booking calendars and how they can be used in your marketing. So it's a very good day to come in, and it follows in on our Tips Tuesday session last week. Now, I'm just checking our live notifications on the phone here to make sure that I'm not talking for the sake of things here. And if we're ready to go, we will get today started. So fingers crossed we are live and it's all happening out here in the world of Facebook. Okay, so let's get started. Let's jump into it, and let's get started over the next little while so we can cover what the power of booking calendars are, how they tap into your marketing, and how to get things going forward for you. And I will just mute this phone so that I am not having stuff popping while we go through this one. Okay, so for those of you who didn't catch last week's Tips Tuesday session, it was all around the use of time blocking and how do we use time blocking to make the most out of our business? How do we help grow our businesses with using tools like time blocking and growing our business those ways? This week, we're going to look at the use of booking calendars, how you can use them, what's the benefit of using them, and really tapping into all of that information so that we can really delve into the world of making sure that we make the most out of our booking calendars. So for those of you who have not heard about a booking calendar before, what is it? Okay, a booking calendar is a tool that you can use, and I've included some links to some of the ones we use, we like to use, and we use most probably Meetfox is the one we use most with clients, and we use it here internally ourselves. And if you're wanting to have a look at Meetfox, you can definitely go and have a look over on my Facebook page over here, on my booking calendar over here, and I'll just grab you the booking link. You go and have a look on that one, and that will show you where my booking calendar is, and you can get a bit of a look at how Meetfox looks and works. Okay, so the biggest thing though is a booking calendar is something that syncs up to your calendar. So whether you're using Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, whatever you're using, it syncs up so that it can connect with your calendar, and then someone can come and they can click on the times that you have available and choose a booking. It allows you to open up booking days, booking times, booking weeks, to engage with people and to be able to, work out maybe what day of the week you want to do discovery calls, what day of the week you're available, what days of the week you're not available. And that's where a power of booking calendar comes in, and it saves that back and forth between you and the person who's looking to book into your calendar or make a time. It saves that back and forth between each other of trying to get your calendars to match. And I'm sure we've all been there where we've had multiple emails going in multiple different directions, back and forth between people, and we just can't find the time. And look, I had someone with that last night, and I just said, look, if you head to my booking calendar, it'd be so much easier than trying to throw times at me to book in, and we'll be able to look at it there. So what do? They sync up with your calendar. They give mostly booking calendars, especially good ones, will give the person the booking calendar in their time zone so that they can engage with it that way. And why would you use one? I use them to save time and definitely help my people find us and have a booking calendar. And in Clive's case, we actually have a booking calendar button on his LinkedIn pages and his website so that people can just book in that discovery call and have that chat about business that they need to have with him from time to time. So booking calendars are basically a way of people to be able to communicate with you, make a time, and get details. Now, the benefit of using a booking calendar is also, depending on the calendar that you use, you can ask for the most amazing information that you would like from the people. And so, for example, in podcast guests, if we're looking for podcast guests, we use a booking calendar with a form that gives us their bio, their information, what do we need to know about them, where do we find headshots, all of those sorts of things are all in the booking calendar so that we can get it nice and simply and easily. And then it talks through to our project managers and our booking calendars so that and our systems, so that all the information we need when we need to create that podcast episode is there. And for those of you joining me for the skills webinar with Rob this morning, exactly that. Rob booked in via the skills webinar booking calendar that we have. He gave us all the details what we needed to do to run today's skills webinar, and then we as a team go and do our jobs. But what other uses for booking calendars? Maybe if you're not booking podcasts and those sorts of things, you can look them for building discovery calls or for clarification calls. If people need to know how to use your software or your product, or they're just wanting to know if you're the right fit for them, discovery calls are a great way. You can use them also within your course. We use them inside courses if we are doing a value add and we're adding a live call session or some feedback on a course or material that we've got. We use our booking calendar so that people can link through the booking calendar. We do a separate calendar and a separate link so that we know what type of call it is. And you can use it inside courses, or you might use it inside workshops. You might even use it for different groups. If you're responding to different groups and responding to different threads, you might have different booking calendars to see how the results are coming from whatever groups that you're engaging with and connecting with. So that's another good way of using it. We use it for booking short and sharp quick chats. If someone needs to have a chat with me or do something like that, we've got chat options. We also use it for paid services. So if you go to my booking calendar, for example, which is in the comments, you'll see that I actually have a number of services that you can book in for as well. So it can take payments and it can really book in. You can also use it for booking teams. So the right booking calendar, depending on which calendar you look, you might have a team. You might be a hairdresser, for example, and you might have all of your team in the booking calendar, or you might be a mechanic, or I know you've got all these slots available, a chiropractor, a doctor. There's so many uses for booking calendars. It really does come into play. And people are able to book directly in on the times that suit them by looking at the calendar and looking at the availability. So a couple of tips when we're using our booking calendars was, one, make sure that you set your hours first, you set your days, and you really delve into that information about making sure that you've got everything moving in the right direction so that you're not going to get appointments when you need to be in admin or those sorts of things. And that's where your booking calendar comes into time blocking. You can book certain times of the day that you might want to do discovery calls. You can book certain times of the day that you want to be out for lunch. You can book certain times of the day that you maybe want to do coaching if you're a business coach, and have specific targets and specific areas inside your booking calendar that allow people to book with you when you're in that right mindset and you've time blocked the time for that activity. So the benefits of having a booking calendar is that they're a live calendar for you, that you can take payments with the right booking calendar depending on the platforms and softwares that you use. It allows you to increase your productivity because you're not going back and forth with emails, and neither is the person trying to book the time with you. And it's really good for time blocking, as I said, because it really allows you to delve in and make sure that you are blocking out the right time for discovery calls. And it also stops that flexing. If you're a natural flexer, it stops that flexing to accommodate all the time. It allows you to go, they're the slots I've got available, and run from there. So in rounding up today, if you're looking at using a booking calendar and you haven't thought of one, there's some up the top that we've got. I personally use Meetfox, but there's some good ones like You Can Book Me and Calendly and Acuity that are all up there as well for you to have a look at. And if you want to maybe have an ideas session or run some more information with me on how to market your business, then you are more than welcome to book a call with me, and you'll see my booking calendar, which is at lindareed-enever.com.au/booking-calendar. We'll take you through. The link is in the comments. And once again, thank you for joining me for a Tips Tuesday session. I have been excited to share my thoughts on booking calendars. If you're using a booking calendar and you've got a unique way of using it, why not share it with us in the comments below? Otherwise, I'll see you next Tuesday, or at 11 if you're joining us for the skills webinar in Business, Business, Business.